sales side. They love that, like finishing the deal. That is something I've never liked. I always looked at selling snakes was a means to an end. It paid the bills so that I can keep doing what I did. But thankfully, Lori and the team that I have, Beth, Steph, Ashley, they're really the people that sell snakes now. Now put them up against Nerd and Cabelica, I give our team a pretty good chance of winning. That's for sure. But if you put me up against them, I'd probably lose terribly, because that's the other thing is, like, this is the truth. I would talk more people out of buying snakes than I did sell snakes, because if I felt like for some reason it wasn't the right snake for them, no matter how much money it was, I would kind of say, this is just isn't right. I don't think you should do this. You know,
like, I'm not even sure how to begin this video, because Brian Barczyk is such an amazing person. And if you're watching this, then you've seen the news. You've seen he was in the hospital. He had 2 strokes. He lost his vision. He lost feeling in his right hand. And then he entered hospice. When I seen those videos, it broke my heart, because Brian Barczyk means so much to the hobby, but not just to the hobby. He means so much to me, you know. And we're going to talk about that in this video, because he gave me an opportunity that not many people get. But before we talk about that, when we look at what Brian Barczyk has accomplished, he has just inspired a whole hobby. He's not even just that. You look at all the things he's done. 5 million followers on YouTube. He has the Reptarian. He's building the legacy. You know, Animal Con. And not even just that. You know, if you're in the reptile hobby, you know yourself. If you go to PetSmart right now, any kid in the reptile part of the store knows who Brian Barczyk is. I mean, come on now, the guy's a superhuman. He vlogged for years, 7 days a week. Nobody on earth can do that. I don't see anybody vlogging every single day. Like, the guy is just incredible. Now, if you ask me, you know, I know that Brian Barczyk wants to be remembered for the legacy, but I don't even think he'll be remembered for that. He'll be remembered for so much more. Just, you know, pushing the love of animals on people. This guy was the modern Steve Irwin. Like, the reptile hobby won't be the same. It won't be the same. I remember when I got the chance to talk to Brian Barczyk. I had the chance to interview him. And
outsell us, we'll buy your team lobster. But if we outsell you, you
God,
got to buy us steaks.
It certainly sounds like a reality show. You know, the downside is that I don't sell snakes, so that's the downside. I would be bad at this game, because I have nothing to do with the sales side of the business at all. You know, you'll find this interesting, honestly, is that I've never.
And it was a feeling that I couldn't explain. I couldn't explain it. Like, I reached out to this man, and he was so humble. I reached out to him. Hey, I really want to bring you on my podcast. I want to interview you, and I'm going to have the link right here for the interview. But when I got the chance to interview him, and I felt like I was talking to an icon, because that's what he is. And I want to take this moment to tell people, first off, I'm not mad at anybody. You know, I get it. We want him here, but that's kind of selfish. And what I mean by that is, he's in so much pain. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I don't want to experience the pain of cancer and strokes and not being able to see. It's sad, but it's joyous. And what I mean by that is, I'm overjoyed that Brian Barczyk is about to get his wings. I got choked up there. I'm overjoyed that Brian Barczyk is not going to feel any more pain. Like, don't get me wrong. I want him here. But then again, I don't. I don't want him here in pain. And I know it sounds bad. I don't want him here in pain. I don't want him here suffering. You know? I really wish that he could have made the legacy, but I'm happy. Just, You know, if he ever sees this video, no more pain. And if you don't see this video, no more pain. You're in heaven, and that gives me so much joy knowing that you're not on earth suffering. You know, I don't want to be that selfish person. Stay. No. If you do get the chance to see this, Brian, go. We got this. You've done everything that you can and could to inspire the hobby. We got this. We're not gonna let your dream fail. It meant like I said, just so much being able to talk to you, Brian. And this is my message to you. You probably won't get a chance to see this, but I remember when I got into the hobby, you know, I made a YouTube. I wanted just to talk to just everybody, you know, that I started watching. Like, before I got into the hobby, I was watching you, Brian. This is how you build a leopard gecko enclosure for under $100. You know, you had so many awesome videos. And if you're watching this, please, I want you to comment below. What were some of your favorite Brian Barczyk videos? How do you feel now? You know, I know you're sad, but I want you to not be sad. I want you to be joyous. He is going to heaven. He's going to be wrestling alligators with freaking Steve Irwin. Like, I couldn't imagine it. He's going to have a new body, a glorified body, and just to be in heaven, chasing your dream all over again. You know, why? Like, if you're watching this video, wipe those tears. Like, I get it. You know, it's a hard hit for the hobby. I don't think that the hobby will ever be the same. So this is my dedication to you, Brian. Just thank you for what you did for me. Thank you for what you did for the hobby. I don't think there'll ever be another Brian Barczyk. You know, there'll never be another Steve Irwin. You know, there'll never be another Brian Barczyk. It's almost like, man, I am, you know, curious to I don't know how to word this. I'm curious about the Legacy Museum. I'm just so excited to see it. I never got the chance to see the Reptarium, but my wife, you know, been telling me we need to get to the Reptarium. You know, I'm just curious about the Legacy. I can't wait to see it. Brian, if you see this, I just 2 words, man. Thank you.